Okay, this is plastic tub A main. We've got a grid. We've got marshals. Everybody on the tone, less than 5. Into the first turn, it's clean. It's Dan, then Steve, then Keith. Tom Hurt with a move inside. Cosma takes it back at the center post. Dan starting to stretch it out a little bit on Steve. Steve stretching it out on Keith. Keith and Tom right together, then Tom rolls it. Drops him from, I think, 4th, back to the back. Everybody running their fast lap right now. Everybody but Tom, who had a terrible first lap, or third lap. It's Dan, Steve, Keith, David, Tom, and Carmen. Carmen out again. Another broken car. We got a pit crew working on it down there at the far end of the track. Yeah, Braden is on the scene. Wherever there's carnage, Braden is on the scene. It's Dan, Steve, Keith, David, and Tom. Dan goes 11.7, hot lap of the run. Keith does his hot lap, 12.4. Steve, 12.6. His hot lap was a 12.1 2 laps ago. Daniel in traffic goes 13.3, and then he touches. Steve is 1.9 seconds behind Dan. Keith is 2.3 seconds behind Steve. And David is 8.4 seconds behind Keith. And Tom is 1/10 of a second behind David. We got 3 cars trying to fill the same space at the entry door. Everybody's yelling, go, go, and everybody's parked down there. It's 9-8 for Steve Osterholt. We're going to have to investigate that lap.
4 minutes left.
Yeah, we're going to have to go to the video on that one. I think we're going to have to pull a lap away from Steve. There we go. It sorted itself out. He did a 9-8 and then a 15-4. So we're all settled. The order is clear. It's Dan, Steve, Keith, and Tom. Steve is 1.6 seconds behind Dan. Keith 1.4 back from Steve. Tom Hurd goes 12.7, and then he answers with an 18.9. David Coffey 2.9 seconds behind Tom. Steve Osterholt to the point. Dan had a 15-second lap. Dan is now 1.4 seconds behind Steve. Your leader around the center post in the red Corvette, followed by the yellow Camaro of Dan Carlos as they come on the straightaway together. Your third place car, Keith Cosma, in the mix as well. He's only 1 second behind Daniel. Everybody about 1 second apart right now. We got the leaders coming up on you, David. Make room for the leaders. Well done. Thank you, David. Daniel now all over the back of Steve. He's only a half second back. Keith now coming up, the third place car coming up on David. Tom Hurd assumes that 4th place spot. Daniel looking for a way around Steve. He's 0.3 of a second back now with 2 minutes, 6 seconds to go. Working lap 19.
2 minutes left.
Daniel looking for a way around Steve Osterholt. He looks inside. It's not there. Steve slams the door. He looks again at the door. Steve touches. Daniel tries by, but Steve slams the door. Down the straightaway together. Steve goes wide. Daniel's through. A little bit too long on the throttle. The car pushed out, and Daniel was there to take advantage. Oh, Daniel touches. Now Steve by. Daniel pinched it a little tight, caught the flapper, and out he went. It's Dan. Oh, Steve Osterholt to the point. Dan now right behind him around the center post. Keith Cosma all alone in third place down by the entry door. Daniel looks, he touches. Closest race on the track is for the lead. 0.3 of a second separates Steve, who rolls it about 4 times. Then Daniel parks it. He's waiting. Now we got all 3 leaders together on the straightaway. Plastic tub racing at its finest. The plastic chassis entry-level class. The least expensive way to get into carpet racing. We've got 32 seconds to go. Steve is 1.4 seconds back of Dan, but Keith is right on him. Keith got by. Keith down the straightaway. He assumes that second spot from Steve. Steve is 2.2 back, but he's closed it down. He's less than a second back now as they go into the carousel. Keith touches. They're down the straightaway together. This could come to tears. Steve's through. Keith back through as they go around. Oh, and Steve rolls him. Wait, here we go. That's time. Race back to the line. That is your race. Dan Carlos takes it. Steve Osterholt second. Keith Cosma in third. Tom Hurd fourth. And David Coffey 5. And Carmen out early.